All right, it looks like I am live. It looks like I'm live. It looks like I'm live. So I'll wait for a few people to come on and talk to me a little bit. I haven't spoken on YouTube publicly about Charlie Kirk. I think I may have posted a short. I can't remember. But today's the day. Um, I'm watching football, but I thought I'd take a break, get me something to eat, and come out here and talk to y'all for a few minutes and enjoy the outside, man. I mean, this is where I live. This is where I live, and I love where I live, man. I love where I live, man. It's in the woods, man, in the country. I'm a country boy now, man. A straight country boy. And I'm enjoying every moment of this country life way out here in the country. I'm talking about, hey man, I love it. I love it personally. Living out here in the country, no longer in Houston, Texas. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me before I continue. This is about Charlie Kirk. It's about Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. I don't care what your views are. I really don't. But I tend to lean towards the side of Charlie Kirk. Nope, I didn't agree with the man. I didn't agree with him on a lot of issues. But I am very opinionated myself. Tell me if you can hear me. Tell me if you can hear me. Tell me if you can hear me. I don't want to be talking to nobody. Tell me if you can hear me. Just say something down below. I can't see. I can't see any comments. I can't see any comments. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. The volume's up. Shouldn't be any problems. I just don't want to be talking to nobody. You feel me? Anyway, I lean towards the side of Charlie Kirk. I am very opinionated myself, so I don't want to lose my life. I don't want to lose my life, for speaking what I feel, for speaking my thoughts, for speaking my opinions. I don't want nobody to take my life. So whether you believe me, whether you agree with me, whether you agree with Charlie, I don't believe anyone should lose their lives because people don't agree with them. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I even had a moment a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. I even had a moment, actually, when Charlie Kirk was taken away from this world. I actually had a moment where I was like, should I just be quiet? Should I just shut up and stop talking? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to now put a bridle over my mouth? Am I supposed to now put a gag order on myself because people are going to take me out of this world because they don't agree with me? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Hey, y'all, tap the love screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. Okay, there go the comments. The double glasses is wild. Penguin Girly says the double glasses are wild. I got a short story about that, Penguin Girly. I'll let you know in a few minutes. Y'all share this video. It's about Charlie Kirk. If you agree with me and you're on Charlie Kirk's side, awesome. If you don't agree with me, tell me why you don't agree with me. Please don't tell me he was out here spewing hatred. I don't believe that, not for 1 second. I've listened to all of the videos. I've listened to all of them in their entirety, and you guys are listening to snippets, and snippets are very, very misleading. Very misleading because you only hear 20 seconds of what someone says instead of taking it into context, into what they actually said throughout the entire conversation or debate. Penguin Girly, let me pay attention to you right quick. Penguin Girly, she says the double glasses are wild. I got a story about that. I used to be a bad kid, Penguin Girly. And when I was a bad kid, I took a gunshot to the head from a sawed-off shotgun, and I lost my vision. I lost my vision, so I started wearing a prosthetic initially, and I lost the prosthetic. So I always thought I was a pretty handsome guy, so I started wearing the shades to cover up my injuries. And then here's the funny part of the story. I had a daiquiri shop at one point. Me and a former partner had a daiquiri shop in Houston, Texas, and some of the U of H football players would come and eat and drink daiquiris with us. We had finger foods, comfort foods to serve. And while they were coming for the 2 years we were open, they started calling me OG Two Shades instead of Two Chains, you know what I mean? So that's why, I started wearing both. I did have a pair of transitions, but I lost them too. And before I got them ordered to come in, the new transitions, they started calling me OG two shades already. So that's the story about the two shades, y'all. The biggest big back ever, the biggest big back ever said hi. Hey, the biggest big back ever. What's going on, y'all? Y'all tap the little like button, subscribe to my page. I'm gonna start trying to go live a little bit more. Today is about Charlie Kirk, but I love the love so far from Penguin Girly, from the biggest big back ever. Why do they call you the biggest big back ever? Why? What? You got a big back? Is that what's going on here? I said hi. Hey Andre I. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? The biggest big back ever said, what's up? What's going on? What's going on with you? I. Will you say hello to me? Hello, I Andre I. I'm sorry. The comments came in late. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Sasquatch. Thoughts on Uncle A's return from Antarctica with his fleet of flying saucers? Jacob bless. I have no comments on that. Sasquatch. Thoughts on Uncle A? Who is Uncle A, first of all? Returned from Antarctica with his fleet of flying saucers. That's obviously some news that I don't keep up with. Gio Acula said hi. What's going on? Acula. Kristen Speece says hi. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I don't see many. I don't see many comments about Charlie Kirk. What are your thoughts on Charlie Kirk? Did he deserve it or not? Did he deserve it or not? I say absolutely not. I say absolutely not. He did not deserve to. I'm not sure if I can say DIE on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook. I'm not sure. So I'll be editing this later. I don't want them to ban me from either social media platform, so I will spell it out and hope that I'm safe. I don't think Charlie Kirk deserved to DIE. There's no way in HELL that he deserved to be taken away from this planet. There's no way. I'm going to subscribe. Thank you, Kristen Speece. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Let me know your thoughts on Charlie Kirk. Did he deserve to die or not? And I made the caption, I believe, and I'm making fun of people who lost their job. So let me hit on that first. If you lost your job because you decided to get on one of the social media platforms and make fun of somebody passing away, you deserve to lose your job. I'm just going to be straight up with you. You deserve the karma you received. If you can enjoy someone else's demise, you need to enjoy losing your job, just like you enjoyed them passing away. No, he didn't. Hi, man. No, he didn't. No, he didn't what? Kristen Speaks. Hi, man. I love what you're doing. J-I-K. Hey, man, I love what you're doing. I am going to subscribe. Thank you, Christian Speece. JIK, hi man, I love what you're doing. Thank you, JIK. I hope I'm saying that right. No, he didn't. He didn't what? He didn't what, Christian Speece? He didn't what? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Christian Speece. G-O-L-E Akula. He made speeches about shootings being an inevitable repercussion of Second Amendment. So there it is. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And what he was saying was he described the whole thing. If you listen to everything the man said it's like, I can't quote him verbatim, but he compared he compared our rights to carry. He compared our rights to carry to vehicle accidents. I think he said 50,000. I think he said 50,000. There are 50,000 vehicle accidents per month, I believe he said. And he said something to the nature of, when you get insurance, you're getting insurance to cover for those possible deaths or injuries. He went on to say it's akin to, or it's comparable to, allowing 50,000 people, say in your town, say in your specific town, whatever city you're in, say 50,000, no, neighborhood, say whatever neighborhood you're in, whatever neighborhood you live in, say there are 50,000 guns in your neighborhood. 50,000 pew pews. I can't. I hate sounding like a baby, but I have to stay within the guidelines. 50,000 pew pews in your neighborhood. He was saying that it's highly likely that someone is going to lose their life or be injured. That's all he was saying. He said we have to be real with it. You have to listen to the entire videos, the entire interviews or debates that he was having. You guys are taking pieces, snippets of what he said and running with it, y'all. That's to Giello Acula. Yes, he did say shootings. He said made speeches about shootings being an inevitable repercussion. It is. If you allow however many million people there are in America to possess guns, to own weapons in their homes, however many, let's just say it's a billion, screw it, 11 billion weapons around the nation. He was simply saying that if you allow 11 billion people who inhabit the United States of America to all own weapons, it's inevitable. It's an inevitable repercussion that someone is going to be injured or someone is going to be smurdered or taken out of this world. Well, I hate sounding like a kindergartner. Smurdered. Why can't I just say what I want to say? But anyway, that's all Charlie Kirk was saying. Yes, it's an inevitable repercussion. He wasn't saying that, yes, we need to lose children. We smurder our children. He wasn't saying smurder our children. He wasn't saying take our children out of this earth. He was saying that if you have that many weapons, it's an inevitable repercussion that we're going to have some casualties. That's all he was saying. Y'all hit that like button, share, and subscribe to my page. I'm going to try to start going live more often. I have fallen off a whole lot. I had 2 hip surgeries in the last 7 months. So I'm in rehab right now, rehabbing around the house, rehabbing, therapy, all that. So I'll try to go live more often, but please like and share the video. Are you with Charlie Kirk or against him? I am personally with him. I'm with him 100%. I was against him at first. I'm like, man, who is this? Who is this hateful bastard, you know? And then, but that's when I was listening to the snippets. When I actually listened to the entire debate. When I actually listened to the entire debate. And that's what I'm encouraging y'all to do. You find out the truth. And the truth is, the snippets lied to us, y'all. BMKDTW, good afternoon, King James, 5NJ, Pamper Claus, I'm not sure what you're talking about, King James. D. Hoagwin, RIP Melissa Hortman. I don't know why everybody makes comparisons to Melissa Hortman. I don't know why they do that. There's no comparison here. This was in front of thousands of people and, I mean, nationally broadcasted. Of course, we're going to talk about him instead of Melissa Hortman. Yes, that was terrible. We don't know all the details. I don't. Y'all might know all the details, but I don't know all the details of Melissa Horton. But yes, D. Hoagwin, yes. R.I.P. Melissa Hortman. We're not taking anything from her. At least I'm not. I'm not taking anything from that. That was horrible. It's horrible that our government, in my estimation, in my opinion, our government is taking some of our leaders out. And, it's been happening since way back in JFK. We had MLK, we had, Malcolm X, we had attempts on other presidents. Here lately, Donald Trump. I think it's all the government that's doing it. The government's doing all of it. The government took everybody, they're going to take everybody out that has a voice and has a following. That's who they're wanting to take out of the game, and I think it's terrible. D. Hoagwin, that's to you. I'm not taking anything from her I'm not taking anything from her death, her and her husband's death, by making this video. JIK, I'm not sure what you're laughing at. D. Hoagwin says Charlie got rejected from West Point and blamed minorities. He blamed minorities. Well, okay. Here's my argument to that. Here's my argument to that. And I listened to his entire video when it came to DEI and other programs that were built for blacks. I listened. And like I said, I was one of those. I was one of those at one point. I'm going, man, listen at this a-hole, man. F him. I was with that when I was listening to the snippets. But when I actually listened to the entire debate, I found out what he was saying. He was simply saying, y'all make all these programs up. And now we're at a point to where we don't know if people are getting jobs because they're qualified or because they're just simply black. Which one is it? If they have more qualifications than me and they're black, white, Hispanic, cool. That's fine. He said I can deal with that. But you're going to tell me that no matter what their qualifications are, you're going to hire them over me, or in this case, D. Hogan, you're going to accept someone into West Point simply because they're black? That's all he was saying. That's all he was saying, and it's not right. Whether you're black, whether you're white, it's not right at all. Let me flip it. Let me put myself in Charlie Kirk's shoes. I'm trying to get into West Point. I'm trying to get into West Point, and someone gets in because they're white. And there's some DEI program or there's some other program, subsidizing program out there where it's allowing more whites in than more blacks. I'm going to be pissed off too. I mean, let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. That's what all these programs were made for. D. Hogan. That was to D. Hogan. Emery Randall. Charlie Kirk still lives. This live stream is living proof. Emery Randall. Salute. Salute to Emery Randall. Yes, ma'am. He still lives. He still lives. He still lives. Like I say, y'all, before y'all blast me, I'm surprised there ain't nobody on here already talking about Uncle Tom this and Uncle Tom that and Sambo this and Bootlicker that. I'm surprised already. I'm surprised that no one's doing that to me yet. But at first, I was hot. I was PO'd. I was mad. I was hostile towards Charlie Kirk myself until I got away from the 20-second snippets of him saying something and I started listening to the entire debate or the entire interview. If you listen to his entire debates and interviews, you'll have a clear picture of what the man was actually saying. That's why I stand with Charlie Kirk. There's no reason any man or woman should ever be taken off of this planet simply because they're voicing their opinions and or their thoughts. I'm very opinionated myself, and God forbid, I mean, I don't want to be taken out just because I get on here and I talk to y'all. Do you want to be taken out simply because you have an opinion, you have a thought, you have a perspective? I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all. So once again, I'll repeat, if you lost your job, if your mother lost her job, your father, your uncle, your brother, your cousins, your friends, if they lost their jobs because they thought it was an enjoyable thing to celebrate the death of one of our fellow men, they got what they deserve. They got exactly what they deserve. They deserved to be fired. They deserve not to work ever again, in my opinion. They deserve to be, what's the word I'm looking for? They deserve to be not exonerated. They deserve to be not exiled, ostracated. They deserve to be ostracated from society. Ostracated. Oh my God. I just embarrassed myself. Ostracized from society. That's what they need to do. Just like that other lady, the black woman married to the white guy, and she was saying that the kids down in Kirk County should have, they deserve to drown and all that. I think the same thing of her. She needs to be ostracized. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Hispanic. I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you're Native American. If you do not love your fellow man, If you do not love your fellow man, if you do not have compassion for your fellow man, if you don't have respect for your fellow man, you need to be ostracized from society. You don't need to work for nobody. You don't need to go to the restaurants. You don't need to go to the washaterias. You don't need to do anything. Go to our concerts. You don't like people. You don't like people. You don't love us. You don't have any love, respect, or compassion for us. You need to be ostracized. That's my feelings on that. But yes, ma'am, Emery Randall, Charlie Kirk still lives. And yes, ma'am, he sure does. D. Hogan, R.I.P. Melissa Hortman. Once again, I have nothing against Miss Melissa Hortman and her husband and her family. My heart goes out to them as well. Why they're being dragged into the passing away of Charlie Kirk, I'm not sure. Maybe y'all can explain that to me, but I don't understand. Please like and share the video. Please like and share the video and subscribe to Real Talk 100 Radio LLC on all social media platforms. I talk about this stuff all the time. I talk about love. I talk about peace. I talk about respect. I talk about compassion, admiration, appreciation. I talk about having integrity. I talk about having dignity. I talk about treating everybody like you want to be treated, and the world will be a much better place for everybody, and the world will be great for everybody for the first time. That's the only thing I really have against Donald Trump. I mean, people dig into him too, like they're digging into Charlie Kirk. He's racist this, he's racist that. I don't get into all that. I don't get into all that. But I will say this: the only thing that I have a problem with Donald Trump is this. When was America great again? Somebody please tell me. When the hell was America great? When? When? For everybody. When was it great for everybody? When they were hanging blacks from trees? When they were burning down blacks' churches, homes, and businesses? Is that when it was great? When was America when was America great for everybody? So my slogan is, let's make America great for the first time ever. How do you do that? Real talk. You do that with love, respect, peace, admiration, appreciation for each other, compassion for each other. And at the end of the day, it's all about prosperity, right? We'll all prosper if we get all these blatant racists out of America. America will then be great for the first time ever in history. No, once again, D. Hogan, I have nothing against Miss Melissa Hortman and her family. My heart goes out to them too. JIK says, if you think about it, if Jesus came back, we would have done the same thing. If Jesus came back, we would have done the same thing. I'm sorry, I got lost. I got lost in my venting. I'm not sure what JIK is talking about, but anyway, I'll get back to you, JIK, when you tell me what you're talking about. If you think about it, if Jesus came back, we would have done the same thing, taken Charlie Kirk out. I'm not sure what JIK is talking about. Goelo, Acula. That's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing against anything. Oh, okay, awesome, Ella Acula. Long stem, what do you look for in a man? Long stem, do I look gay to you? I don't look for no MF man. What kind of comment is that, man? I guess you trying to troll or joke around or something, man. I don't play around like that, man. I don't look for shit in a man. I look for women, and I got one. Appreciate you. What the hell wrong with these people, man? JIK, a man who puts his first and lead, a man who puts his first and lead his family. Okay, yes, sir. That's what I do. That's what I try to do. Goele Acula. So it was inevitable for there to be political casualties as well. I guess we can look at it like that, Goele. I guess you can look at it like that. When he said that, there are going to be casualties. Yes, ma'am. We most definitely, I can agree with you on that. We can definitely look for, let me get this glow out from behind me. I guess the sun is back there. Y'all hold on a minute. Y'all, I'm out in the country and I'm enjoying country life. This is where I live. I live out in the woods, y'all. I'm talking about every night there's deer, There's wild boars walking through here, wild pigs walking through here. We have coyotes walking through here, howling and screaming. I mean, country life is good life. I love it out here, y'all. I love it out here. Enjoying it, enjoying it, enjoying it. I've been out here 18 months and I wouldn't trade it for the world. This is our little burn pile. And let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Okay, yeah, that's much better. It was a lot of glow, a lot of glare in that screen. So, yes, Gio, we can agree on that. We can definitely agree on that. Um, she asked, here she asked, so it was inevitable for there to be political casualties. I believe so. I believe so. I mean, I think he was cognizant of that, cognizant of that as well, of that possibility, that it could be political casualties. It could be daughters, sons, moms, dads. If you put a billion weapons in people's hands and you allow them to carry, he was simply saying that there are going to be some casualties if you just keep it real. That's all he was saying. He wasn't saying that he wanted babies' lives to be taken and all that crap that people are saying. Y'all share the video, share the video, share the video. God first. Jick says God first. Absolutely. Jick says a man who puts God first. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm not sure which one you are. And leads his family. Yes, put God first and lead your family. We can agree on that, Jick. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I am Charlie. I am Charlie says Revelation right now. I am Charlie. Everybody put hashtag I am Charlie in the comments, or put whatever you feel about Charlie in the comments. Put it down there in the comments. I want to read them. I want to read how you feel about Charlie Kirk. I've already told you my argument. A lot of y'all fell for the snippets. Those little 20-second snippets that y'all are listening to are very, very misleading. Very misleading. You have to listen to the entire debate. All of this others being short-sighted and listening to 20-second snippets and having a short attention span is what is increasing the divide in this country, increasing the hatred in this country, because y'all refuse to listen to what people are saying. You want to listen to 20 seconds or 10 seconds of what somebody's saying instead of listening to the entire 10 minutes of what they're saying. And if you listen to the entire 10 minutes of what they're saying, you would understand what Charlie Kirk was trying to say. Now, there may have been some other instances where he said some other stuff that I didn't see, but the DEI thing, he explained that. He explained that in full. And some of the other things he explained in full. The abortion thing, he explained in full. And I agree with him. I mean, if my woman has a fetus in her right now and she decides to abort it, to me, that's murder too. She took a life. I mean, what did the man say wrong? I mean, I get it's pro this, it's pro that, it's anti this. Okay, I get all that. But a simplified explanation is when you take a life, it's what? You're taking a life. It's murder. It's whatever you want to call it. Y'all don't make fun of me. I'm talking like a kid because, social media makes us talk like babies these days, or they take your pages from you and all that. So I'm just trying to censor myself. Put hashtag I am Charlie in the comments, or tell me how you feel about Charlie. I want to read about it. I want to talk about it right here on Real Talk 100 Radio LLC. Y'all follow me on all social media pages at Real Talk 100 Radio LLC. On all social media platforms. I talk about these things all the time. I've had 2 hip surgeries in the last 7 months, and I'm just getting back active. If you're wondering where did this guy come from, that's where I came from. Charlie got rejected from West Point and blamed minorities. I already covered that. Charlie Kirk was a superior human being. Emery Randall, I agree with that after listening to all of his videos. Double Brewski says people like to take him out of context a lot. Yes, Double Brewski. They take him out of context a lot, and I realized that, Double Brewski. I was one of those. That took him out of context. I'm listening to the snippets on Instagram. I'm listening to his snippets on TikTok. I'm listening to his snippets, his shorts on YouTube, and I'm going, man, F this son of a gunner. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm censoring myself again, but I was cursing him out myself. until I slowed down and I listened to everything he was saying, and he makes a lot of sense. Now, hold on now. Here's the disclaimer. Did I agree with everything even after I went back and listened to the entire stories? No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I didn't agree with everything. I didn't agree with everything. I agree with a lot, though, and saw that, hey, he's just an average, everyday guy. Very intelligent, though. Very intelligent guy. Much more intelligent than me, and I'm not stupid at all. But some of the knowledge, wow, sorry about that. Some of the knowledge that he had in his brain, I would just sit there and look at my phone like, wow, this dude here knows about he's knowledgeable. He was very knowledgeable, very intelligent. But anyway, I'm sitting there listening to him going, dude, you're wrong, on some subjects. And other subjects, I was saying, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Everybody's taking him out of context. That goes to Double Brewski. D. Hoagland, because she was unalived by right-wingists, by right-wing extremists. Yes, ma'am, I understand that. And that was completely wrong. O.P. Seraph. O.P. Seraph says 100. 100. 100. O.P. Seraph. 100 for real. I'm speaking the truth. Y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that like or love button. Share the video for me. And subscribe to Real Talk 100 Radio LLC on all social media platforms. Please, please, please. I'm gonna get some merchandise soon. Y'all hit me with some love. Hit me with some love across the screen. Hit the love button. Just hit it. Just hit the screen. Just hit that screen. Just hit that screen. Just hit that screen. I know I'm not supposed to be silly like that, but I'm silly. That's just my personality. God knew we didn't deserve Charlie. Wandering Disciple says God knew we did not deserve Charlie. Wow. We didn't deserve him. You, sir or ma'am, need to go and listen to his entire debates or interviews. That's what you need to do. And I'll leave it at that. Because, like I said, I didn't agree with everything he said, but I agreed with a lot of what he said. And the problem is, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. A lot of people do not want to hear the truth. And he spoke the truth about a lot of controversial issues. People don't like the truth. Like Jack Nicholson said, damn, I can't talk. Like Jack Nicholson said back in the game on whatever that movie was, you can't handle the truth. Remember that? If you haven't seen that movie, y'all need to go see it, especially if you can't handle the truth. AWLJ, Aaron Judge should be fired. Aaron Judge should be fired for what? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that one. Did Aaron Judge speak out against Charlie Kirk too? Aaron Judge, if you don't know who Aaron Judge is always one of the best baseball players in the Major League Baseball League, in the MLB. He plays for the New York Yankees. Obviously, he said something. I haven't heard about that, AWLJ. If he said something like that, if he said something and he was celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, he should lose his job too. He should lose some of those millions of dollars that the New York Yankees gave him, and all of his sponsors need to drop him. Straight up. King Christian True Cowboy. Good luck, Charlie. Wasn't so lucky. King Christian True Cowboy. I gotta let my dog in. She's a spoiled brat. I don't know if y'all hear her in the background or not, but let me go let her in. I'm gonna keep talking and keep scrolling. King Christian True Cowboy. Good luck, Charlie. Wasn't so lucky. Good luck, Charlie. Wasn't so lucky. He's a Charlie hater, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't think that you deserve to get your life taken, King Christian True Cowboy, because you have your own thoughts, your own perspectives, and that's all I'm talking about. So if you're one of those that celebrates your fellow man's death, maybe you need to be ostracized too, sir or ma'am, sir, King Christian True Cowboy. So obviously you're a man. D. Hoagland, Trump defrauded American contractors. Okay, I'm not talking about Trump. I mean, all I said about Trump was, what I say about Trump. Hold on, y'all. Let me let this spoiled dog in the house. This is my dog. This is a Yorkie. This is our little Yorkie. Why are you fussing at me? Why are you fussing at me? I'm here now. You don't want to fuss at me now? Huh? You just want to get in the house. Come on. Go on in the house. Stop fussing at me. All right, y'all. All right. Now let's get back to it. Trump defrauded American contractors. I'm not going to touch that. I'm not going to touch that. I mean, I'm talking about Charlie Kirk. Maybe we can talk about Trump another day. Maybe we can do that. Trump isn't against the establishment. Not going to talk about Trump. I'm not going to do it. Team government. DEI protects veterans. You voted for Trump. No, I didn't. No, I didn't, Jeffrey. No, I did not. I don't vote for anybody, Jeffrey. I don't vote for anybody because you know what? I believe the Democrats and the Republicans are in bed together. So even when we pass a bill for the Democrats, I think the Republicans still benefit from it and vice versa. I don't vote for nobody. I didn't vote for Trump. You don't know what you're talking about. No, I did not. I was brought up, I'll leave you with this though. I was raised that we're supposed to honor and respect our president, no matter who he is. White, black, it can be Hispanic, it doesn't matter. I was taught to respect the commander in chief. I had an uncle who was in the Navy. I had an uncle who was in the Army, and that's just what I was taught. Respect them. They're your president. So that's why I say, I say I've even written a public letter to Trump, but that doesn't mean I voted for him. DEI protects qualified people. Well, in the stories I've heard and the stories that Charlie Kirk was talking about, he was talking about DEI also. I'm not saying you're wrong, but he was saying that DEI also allows people who aren't qualified to get jobs because of their skin color. Now, I'm a black guy, of course. Obviously, y'all see that. And I would feel just like Charlie Kirk if someone got a position just because they were white. Wouldn't you? I'm not sure what race you are, D. Hogan, but wouldn't you be upset if a man or a woman got the position over you simply because of their skin color, not because of their job skills, because of their job set, because of their knowledge and experience? They got the job because they were the right color. That's all Charlie Kirk was saying, y'all. Y'all share the video for me and hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button, and tell me what you feel about Charlie Kirk. If you are Team Charlie Kirk, Team Charlie Kirk, please put hashtag I am Charlie Kirk in the comments. If you're not, put your comments down here. AWLJ says, Charlie's point was that DEI will ultimately lead to more racial discrimination. Exactly, AWLJ. I mean, that's all he was saying. It's not a good thing if it leads to more racial discrimination. You're exactly right. How is it something good? And that's what he meant about slavery. We were better off as slaves. He was saying blacks were better off as slaves because we were working. We were working and trying to better ourselves and working towards the ultimate goal, which was freedom. Let me repeat that. We were working towards the ultimate goal, which was freedom. And after freedom, we could work up from there. Now, we're not slaves, but we still think we're slaves. So we depend on the government for food stamps and for government assistance, and we don't want to work anymore. So that's all he was saying. And if you listen to the entire video, the entire interview, the entire debate, he will clear that up. Let me repeat again. For those of you who are only listening to these 20-second snippets, of course you're going to say, what? We were better off as slaves? This mother FFM, mother son of a... Of course you're going to curse him out because it sounds terrible, but you have to listen to everything he said. D. Hogan, DEI doesn't hire anyone for quotas. Yeah, that's what he was saying. I have never dealt with DEI. So I can't argue on this point, but that's what Mr. Kirk was saying. They have to make quotas. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Your beard looks good. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, man. And it's not even shaped up right now. I ain't got it shaped up in about a month. Now, I haven't shaved or anything, but thank you, Jeffrey. Salute to the beard gang. DEI protects qualified people. It may, D. Hogan. He was lying. Okay. I'm not going to get into who was lying or not. The only reason I'm making this video is because I don't like how some of his 20-second snippets were taken out of context. Now, if you have more information on DEI than I have, I salute you. I salute you. DEI protects qualified people, and Charlie Kirk was lying. It protects qualified people. According to a lot of people, now, like I said, I'm not a liberal, I'm not a conservative, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a libtard, I'm not a right-wing extremist. I'm neither of the above. I'm just standing on the outside, and I'm rooting and cheering America on. I want to end racism more than anything on this earth. So DEI, I've heard people talk about DEI on both sides, and a lot are saying what you're saying. Other people are digging deeper and saying that you're a liar. At this point, I don't know. I don't know if it's better for us or it's worse for us. D. Hogan, I honestly don't. I don't know, because I'm telling you, I've heard at least, let's just say 300 people on each side. 300 people on one side is saying it protects qualified people, and then the other 300 of the 600 people are saying that it's terrible for qualified people. So at this point, I'm just sitting back going, okay, whatever they decide, they decide. Let me stay out of the way. Bye, man. Jick said bye, man. Bye. Danny Simpson, but that's a delusion. What's a delusion, Danny? What's a delusion? What I say? That's not true. What's not true? I'm sorry, I can't keep up with the comments, but I have to scroll up. I have to physically scroll up to see what you're saying. His beard can't help the Yankees catch the Blue Jays, though. Probably not. Probably not. I have several hats, and I'm an Astros fan. I'm an Astros fan. AWLJ. I'm actually an Astros fan, and I just decided to wear the Yankees hat today. I'm not really a Yankees fan. I just like sports. Y'all hit that like or love button, hit that like or love button, hit that like or love button, hit the mad button if you don't like what I'm talking about. If you are with Charlie Kirk, put hashtag I am Charlie Kirk in the comments. I am Charlie Kirk in the comments. Hashtag I am Charlie Kirk in the comments. I am for Charlie Kirk. And before I get attacked for being some kind of bootlicker, before I get attacked for being some kind of Uncle Sam or a Sambo, Uncle Tom or a Sambo, check this out. When I used to listen to Charlie Kirk and listen to his 20-second snippets, I was mad, just like y'all. But after I started listening to his entire debates, his entire interviews, his entire perspectives on topics, I realized, okay, this dude ain't as bad as I thought he was. And that's what some of y'all need to do. Start listening to the entire debate. And you can see that the guy wasn't all that bad. Now, are you going to agree with everything he said? No, you're not. None of us are. None of us are going to agree 100% with what somebody else said. But that does not mean Charlie Kirk deserved to pass away. That does not mean that because you disagreed with him, he deserves to pass away. That does not mean that any of us should be enjoying his death. None of us should be rejoicing in our fellow man's deaths. Y'all share the video, share the video, share the video. Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit the mad button, hit the like button, the love button, the mad button, and show some love across the screen. Please show some love across the screen. Jacob, the fisherman, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. People mocking him is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Jacob, the fisherman. Absolutely disgusting, sir. Makes me want to effing throw up, man. D. Hogan. DEI protects qualified people from being fired. Once again, I'm not going to touch that. It's 100% true, wandering disciple. I'm not sure what you're saying. It's 100% true. I hope what you're saying is what I'm saying is 100% true. I hope that's what you're saying. DEI protects handicapped people from being fired. Okay, thank you. Demetrius Antoine, DEI has done more bad than good. And that is what Charlie Kirk was trying to say. It's doing more bad than good. I believe he also said in the interview I watched, he said it's making people, it's enabling people. It's weakening the system because people are depending on the system instead of depending on their experience, instead of depending on their skill sets. They're depending on this system to enable them to get certain positions and stuff. I didn't go into depth, but that's what he was saying, Demetrius Anton. DEI DEI has done more bad than good. Wandering disciple. It doesn't protect qualified being excluded from being hired. It doesn't protect qualified from being excluded. Exactly. That's what he was saying. That's what Charlie Kirk was saying right there. It doesn't protect qualified people from being excluded. That's what Charlie Kirk was saying, and somebody's already mentioned it in the comments. They said that he was trying to get into West Point, but they let a black guy in instead of him, and he thought he was more qualified, or however that went. I haven't read the West Point story, but that's what Charlie Kirk was saying. AWLJ, respect to you for actually listening to the man. AWLJ, salute to you too. Salute to you. Respect to you. A lot of people need to listen to the man. Listen to the man. And let me go back. Let me go back again. If you, I'm pointing to you, directly to you, if you rejoiced in your fellow man's death, you deserve to lose your job. You deserve to be ostracized from society. That's what you deserve. People call it karma. I'm going to call it being ostracized. I don't want you nowhere. I don't want to see you at a concert. And I know a lot of people want the same thing. If you rejoice in your fellow man's death, you don't deserve nothing in America. Nothing. Not a damn thing. I hope YouTube don't bar me for saying some of these stuff. I'm not sure what to say and what not to say, but I can't talk like a little boy all day. Respect to you, AWLJ. Eddie Canada, amen. Thank you, Eddie Canada. Amen to you, amen. Nepotism has done more bad than good. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Nepotism has been terrible. You place your children in positions that they don't necessarily deserve. I know a lot of businesses myself. My business. I had a daiquiri shop. Me and my partner had a daiquiri shop from 2019 to 2022. We went out of business because we went into business during COVID. Anyway, my point is, before I say my point, hit that like or love button for me. Hit the mad button for me if you think what I'm saying is terrible. Hit the mad button. I don't care what you hit. Hit something. Share the video for me. And subscribe to Real Talk 100 Radio LLC on all social media platforms. I talk about this stuff all the time. Controversial issues. Hit that like or love button, please. Hit that like or love button. And anyway, to my point, nepotism. We had a daiquiri shop from 2019 until 2022. COVID shut us down because they shut all the cities down, right? Nobody was allowed to come out. Nobody wanted to come out because COVID was running rampant. We hired during this 3-year process of running a business, we hired all of our kids. Do you know that was one of the worst mistakes we ever made? Oh my God, they were on their phones. You know how you go into most restaurants and it's welcome to such and such and such. Our place was called Daiquiri Soul. I think our Google page is still up. I'm not sure, but our place was called Daiquiri Soul, and people would come in and it was supposed to be, as we taught them, it was supposed to be welcome to Daiquiri Soul. Welcome to Daiquiri Soul. Will this be to go or for here to go or whatever? And the kids would just be like on their phones, didn't care about a customer. We had a bell on the door. There's no reason you shouldn't have heard that bell. Anyway, nepotism is terrible, D. Hogan. I went through it myself. It's terrible. People putting their own kids in positions of power when they're not mature enough. They're not mature enough for that. Emery Randall, I just subscribed. You are excellent. Thank you, Emery. Thank you so much. D. Hogan, Charlie said to bail out Paul Pelosi's attacker. I can't remember what happened in that story, so I can't give you my thoughts on that. I'm sorry. But at any rate, that sounds bad. That sounds bad. If you want to bail out Nancy Pelosi's husband's attacker, oh yeah, that sounds kind of questionable, But I can't really speak on that. I don't really know the story enough to speak on that. But like I said, we don't have to agree with everything he says. My point is his life shouldn't have been taken. just because people disagree with some of the things that he says. That's what I'm trying to say here. Hit that like a love button. Hit that like a love button and send me some love. Send me some love across the screen. Super chat, super stickers, whatever you'd like to send me. I'm new to this. I've seen people getting super chats and super likes and super thanks and all that. I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome. Charlie Kirk, D. Hoagland, his life shouldn't have been taken because he asked to bail out Paul Pelosi's attacker. Uh, I'm not going to get into that one. His life shouldn't have been taken, point blank and period. Greg D. Dude wasn't without fault. No, he wasn't, Greg D. No, he was not at all. None of us are. None of us are, Greg D. Dude wasn't without fault. All killing is wrong. Yes, sir. As you are made in the age of God. And one image bearer must love the other. Exactly. Love your fellow man. I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yes, sir, Greg D. Love your fellow man. Have compassion for your fellow man. Respect your fellow man. Be dignified around your fellow man. Be filled with integrity around your fellow man. Have admiration for your fellow man. Have appreciation for your fellow man. I agree with you 100,000%, Greg D. I agree with you. Larry stuttered. What about the people that doesn't know the meaning of respect? You teach them. You teach them, or you disrespect them back. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I'm gonna be straight up with you, Larry. What Larry asked? What about the people that don't know the meaning of respect? You either teach them by whipping that ass real good and then sitting them down and teaching them, or you disrespect them back. That's all the choices we have. Because I get it. I get it. A lot of people don't understand. They don't know what respect is. A lot of people have no idea how to respect people. And how do I handle it, Larry? I get disrespect. Well, let me rephrase. I don't just have a fuse like that. But when my fuse burns out, I'm gonna give you some room to grow, and I'm going to ease you into how to respect me. And if you keep on respecting me, I'm gonna blow up effing fuse. And then all of a sudden, it never fails. It never fails. The people that don't know how to respect you, once your fuse blows, your long fuse blows, all of a sudden you have an anger problem. And no, I don't have no anger problem. I let this go for 2, 3 weeks to a month. I let you disrespect me. And I had to show you some respect. I had to show you how to respect me. So that's a hard one. That's a hard one because this new generation, they don't know how to respect nobody, man. They're too far gone. And so to answer Mr. Larry Studdard here, he asked, what about the people that don't know the meaning of respect? The problem is we got away from the village that used to teach us respect. They used to teach us how to respect. From grandma to uncle and auntie to grandpa to mom and dad to the cousins that were older than us to the neighbors on the same street. We couldn't do SHIT on the same street without the whole family and the family friends knowing about it. And we subject to get our ass whipping all the way home. You know, grandma, grandpa, get home, uncle is there visiting, he's gonna whip you. And then he's gonna sit you on your bed and wait for your daddy to come home. They taught us respect. That village is gone, Larry. That village is gone, man. I don't even know how to answer it any better than I already have. Greg D sends across America and a heart. Thank you. Salute to you, Greg D. D. Hoagland. What about compassion for immigrants? Here's my thing on immigrants, D. Hoagland. Why you talk like that? I'm half city boy and half country boy. That's why I talk like that. Yay's way, Yah's way, Yay's way. I'm not trying to murder your name or smurder your name, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Yay's way. Why you talk like that? I talk like that because I'm half city boy, I'm half country, and I'm fairly educated. So I don't know how I sound funny or nothing. But anyway, what about compassion for immigrants? D. Hoagland says, here's my thing with that. I'm very compassionate about immigrants. But here's my thing. If you have been here for 10, 15, 20, 25 years and you have not legalized your paperwork, that's your fault. That's my only thing. And I made a video about that on my TikTok. And I talked about it. I'm torn. I have compassion towards the immigrants, but why in God's name have you been here in America for almost 30 years, almost 20 years, and you haven't legalized yourself? It's just like a business, y'all. D. Hoagland, this is to you. It's just like a business. Don't you know that if I don't get the paperwork on my business, somebody can come in and steal it from me? That's how hostile takeovers happen with businesses. When you hear of a hostile takeover, somebody hasn't covered their ass when it comes to concerning their business. Somebody hasn't gotten all the paperwork notarized. They haven't gotten all the LLCs and and all the copyrights and the patent pendings and the trademarks. So someone is able to come in and steal their business right from up under them. And your life, your immigration papers are just like a business. That is my only thing about immigrants. Yes, I have compassion for them, but why have you been here so long and not legalized your citizenship? Yes, I want the hardworking people to stay here. Yes, I do. But the government's perspective is this: you've been here all this time. You ain't been worried about being an American. So if you're not worried about being an American, why should we? I get it. I get it. Maybe it's because I have a business mind. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Yay's way, I already talked to you. Why do I talk like that? Because I'm half city boy. I'm mostly city boy, half country, and I'm fairly educated. So I mixed them all together. I'm a chameleon. I mixed them all together. When I go to the hood, I talk like I'm straight out the hood. I talk like I'm straight out the hood. But when I come out here, when I'm in the suburbs, when I'm in the country, I know how to blend in. And I mixed my ebonics in with my country boy, and this is in my education, and this is what I come up with. Long story short, Yay's way, Uncle Ruckus. You got me. You got me. I can't say what I want to say on here because they got it on social media. They don't want us to cuss people out and all that. They want to demonetize your page and all that. But bruh, woman, whoever you are, you got me. FUCKEDUP. You got me effed up, is what you got me. Ain't no uncle about me. Ain't no ruckus about me. Ain't no Sambo about me. Ain't no Uncle Tom about me. I'm just a real MFer. A real MFer. That's what you looking at. But that's y'all's problem these days. Y'all think real is fake these days. And y'all think the fake is real these days. You got me effed up. Real talk. Real talk. And I bet you wouldn't say that MF and shit in my face. Do Trump love you? Do Trump love me? I could care less. I could care less if Trump loves me or not. Chris Sims asked if Trump loves me. I have no idea. Y'all hit that like a love button. Hit that mad button one time. Hit that mad button. All you Uncle Ruckus MFers, y'all hit that mad button. I wouldn't give a damn. Hit that mad button and share it to your other hating ass friends. That's what you do. That's what I want you to do. I want all the smoke. I'm here for all of it. Hit that like a love button for me. Dude, does Trump love you? Chris Sims says. I could care less if Trump loves me or not. Like I said earlier, Chris Sims, I don't care if Barack Obama and Biden was still in office. What did they do for us? I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening, Chris Sims. What did Obama and Biden do for us that Trump isn't? What made Barack Obama and Biden so much better than Trump? I mean, we were all excited. Barack Obama's first black president, and black power, and we're gonna have this, and we're gonna have power, and respect in the country. And did we have all that? Did we have all that? Did we have all that? Was our lives that much better than it is now with Trump. So I could care less if a liberal president was elected. I could care less if a conservative president was elected. I could care less if he was Republican, Democrat, donkey, or elephant. I don't care if they care about me because they're all in bed together. The Democrats and the Republicans are all in bed together. That's what y'all don't understand. So I don't care if he cares about me. All I care about is being an American and stopping all this damn hatred, stopping all this damn racism. That's all I care about. That was to Chris Sims. Message retracted. Say what you want to, Chris Sims. Don't retract nothing. I'm here for the smoke. Greg D. Greg D. at Larry. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, as we forgive those that transgress against us. True blackout. Kirk is with Christ, and Christ is with him forevermore. I believe that too. I believe that too. After I've listened to all of his snippets, all of his interviews, all of his debates. True blackout. That goes to you. I believe he's in heaven too. D. Hoagland. Trump defrauded American contractors. Well, I've already discussed that. I'm not discussing Trump. Not. This is all about Charlie Kirk. Please put "I am Charlie Kirk" in the comments if you are for Charlie Kirk. And for those of you, once again, who celebrated, it's an hour. I said I was just going to be on here for an hour. I need to go. I need to get back to the football games, the second half of the football games, second part of the day. Dwarven Jesus. Dwarven Jesus says, D. Hoagland, for the express purpose of an interview. He wanted to try to get a motive out of the guy. Nick, WWE Game. Hello, welcome back. Thank you, Nick, WWE. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. 7 months of 7 months of therapy from these 2 hip surgeries has been driving me crazy, especially without a job. You know, I'm at home getting in unemployment and all that crap, and it sucks. Thank you, Nick, WWE Game. D. Hoagland, get rid of nepotism. I did. I fired all of my kids. I did. I got rid of nepotism. D. Hoagland, Melissa Hortman attacker was right-wing extremist. And that's weird, because everybody keeps talking about right-wing extremists, and then they talk about Democrats being batshit crazy. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It doesn't matter if the government is majority Republican or majority Democrat. It doesn't matter. They're both in bed together, y'all. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. These mosquitoes are tearing me up. It doesn't matter whether he was a right-wing extremist or a batshit crazy Democrat. They're both in bed together. All of this debate and all of this hatred and all of this racism, they all benefit from it. And this is what y'all need to open your eyes and realize. The more we fight, the more division there is. It doesn't matter if the White House is Republican or Democrat. It doesn't matter if it's Barack or Trump. Barack didn't care about us any more than Trump does. That's my point. Nice. Beget looking than the cornfield I'm looking at. Nice. Beget looking than the cornfield I'm looking at. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Greg D. Nice. Beget. Please learn to spell correctly or enunciate, punctuate. Punctuate better. I don't know what you're saying. Nice. Beget looking than cornfield I'm looking at. Okay, whatever. Be yourself. Yes, sir. I am being myself. I'm myself every day. Every day I wake up, I'm myself. I don't sound like myself. Where y'all get that from? Other people telling me you don't like yourself. The fuck? I'm one of the most confident, borderline egotistical, borderline cocky dudes you ever meet. And all I hear is you don't like yourself because why? Because I don't follow. I'm not a follower. I don't follow what blacks think. Typically, I ain't got to. I got my own heart and mind. I am being myself. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, Chris Sam. I really don't. I'm myself every day I wake up. Every day I wake up. Go look at my videos. I'm the same on all them motherfuckers. All of them. I'm a singer-songwriter. Emery Randall says I'm a singer-songwriter in Tennessee. And there's nothing like living in the country. Nothing. Emory Randall is bringing up the country because I love my country life. I love my country life. You hear the bird squawking? Uh-oh. It must have heard me talking. It shut up. It was squawking a minute ago. We get cardinals in the yard all the time. We got a family of cardinals, about 4 cardinals. They come and they fly in this tree. There it is. There it is. Listen. Anyway, we get coyotes around here, wild pigs. We get deer come out in this on this trail right here. This trail goes up the hill to some other houses back in the woods, and we hunt in these woods, and there's ponds in these woods. I mean, I love the country life, Emory. Love it. I'm a singer from Tennessee. I'm a singer-songwriter from Tennessee, Emory says, and there's nothing like living in the country. Absolutely not. I totally agree with you, Emory. Truth Seeker 205. Amen, brother. Amen. Truth Seeker 205. Amen, sir. Bertina Herod. They know exactly what happened to him. I rest my case. They do know exactly what happened to him. D. Hoagland. DIE protects. DEI, I'm sorry. DEI protects qualified people. You keep saying that. Truth Seeker 205 absolutely agrees with me. I'm about to end this as soon as I get through with the comments. I'm going to go down more. What if the fetus is harming the mother? Those are what you call extenuating circumstances. Under extenuating circumstances, we can understand that. We can understand that. But because you don't want a baby? No. No. I don't think that's right. It's murder. You're taking a life. But if it's taking the mother's life too, those are called extenuating circumstances, D. Hoagland. And I believe anybody would agree with that. Tracy Kramer, I am Charlie Kirk. Anybody that's with Charlie Kirk and for Charlie Kirk and what he stood for, put hashtag I am Charlie Kirk in the comments. I am Charlie Kirk. Hashtag I am Charlie Kirk in the comments. Tracy Kramer, thank you for joining. Truth Seeker 205, hashtag I am Charlie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Greg D, if nothing else, let's hope this leads to folks realizing we should speak and discuss, not fight. I agree with you, Greg D. Speak and discuss. Have compassion. Have admiration and appreciation, respect, and love for your fellow man, Greg D, like I said all the time. Bradley Church, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, thank you. Thank you, Bradley Church. D. Hoagland, kids in Gaza are more important than Charlie. Listen. Here's another point. No, D. Hoagland. I completely disagree with you, ma'am. Here's why, D. Hoagland. Why are kids in Gaza more important than Americans? And this goes back to why blacks are so mad. Why y'all are calling me Uncle Toms and Sambos and shit. Check this out. Call me Uncle Sam and Sambo, Uncle Tom and Sambo and Bootlick after I say this. Why are children, I've heard the same excuse when it comes to blacks. Why is anybody in Turkey, in Istanbul, Gaza, wherever, why are they more important than your black American fellow men? Why is that? Why is that, D. Hoagland? I'm so sick of hearing that. How the hell is a kid in Gaza more important than an American? Your fellow man, your fellow American. Shit pisses me off, man. Nah, I'm not saying kids aren't important, but your fellow men, your fellow Americans, whether they're black, whether they're white, whether they're red, yellow, purple, lavender, pink, should be more important than anybody over there. And this is why blacks are so mad. Why is it that America made damn sure that Jews got their why is it that America made damn sure the Jews got their reparations? The atrocities didn't happen to them here in America, did it? Nope. But they made sure that the Germans gave them reparations. Why is it that the Native Americans and the Asian Americans got reparations in America? Why is that? Why is that? Are they more important than blacks? Why is that? But let me stick to your point. D Hogan, before I move on, I got to get in the house and watch these football games. Let me stick to this one point. I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent because this makes me mad when people say this, that people in other countries are more important than fellow Americans. But you call yourself an American, then represent Americans. Stand up for Americans. Defend Americans before you defend somebody in Gaza, for God's sake. Anyway, what was I saying? Gaza, kids. I can't even remember. D Hogan threw me off. That shit pisses me off. Seriously, man. More your fellow Americans aren't important, but the kids in Gaza are. That's ridiculous. Be who God called you to be. I am every day, Chris Sims. Bradley Church, everyone's lives matter. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everyone's lives matter. But that's another subject. That's another subject. Black lives don't matter to black lives. This is another. Another topic that is very near and dear to my heart. I hate with everything in my being how black lives don't matter until another race takes our lives. I can't stand that. I can't stand that BS. Why don't black lives matter when blacks kill each other every day? Why don't black lives matter then? Huh? Huh? That's to the black folks. That's to my fellow black man. Why don't we raise hell when we kill each other every day? Excuse me, when we unalive each other every day. When we take each other's lives every day. You don't see Al Sharpton. You don't see Jesse Jackson. You don't see Benjamin Crump. You don't see none of these people when we take each other's lives every effing day. But let another race kill us. Oh, it was racism this, and they hate us. And no, we hate each other. Straight up. We can't stand each other, so how we expect somebody else to respect us? I'm getting off topic. This was supposed to be about Charlie Kirk, but y'all keep hitting my sensitive spots. It sounds like we having sex, huh? I'm sorry. Tell that to Israel, D. Tell that to Israel, D. I'm not sure what you're talking about. D. Hogan, Kirk lost to Cambridge debaters. Okay. Rented Space, what do you say he was wrong about? Rented Space asked, what do I think he was wrong about? I can't quote everything. Like I said, I agreed with what a lot of I agreed with him a lot. What did I disagree with? Abortion, DEI, I agreed. Abortion, I agreed. Slavery, I agreed. I can't remember everything. But I do know I cocked my head to the side like you know how a dog looks at you when when they're like, huh? You know, like what the hell? You know, yeah, I looked at his video several times and was like, come on, Charlie, man. You know, I don't agree with you on that, man. Come on, man. Come on. You know, so I can't recall right now. Anyway, I'm sorry I can't answer your question, Rented Space. I would have to go through all the snippets. Tony Macaroni, did he wear two pairs of glasses too? No, I'm sure he didn't, but there's a story behind why I wear two pair of glasses, and I'm not going to repeat it. If you want to know the story about why I wear two pair of glasses, in short, I was hurt, I was injured, I almost lost my life as a kid, and I started wearing the shades because I now have eye problems because of the injury. It was a bad injury. I could have died. Truth Seeker 205, when they can't defeat the truth, they strike down the one who speaks it. That's not strength, that's fear. They feared that man. They feared that man. That man was speaking truth in the folks, and they was like, oh, he's a truth seeker. He's a truth teller. We got to get rid of him. So that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that you can't speak. You can't speak your own thoughts, your own perspectives, your own opinions without worrying about losing your life. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm very outspoken, and it's a damn shame that I now have to think, I wonder if I keep speaking facts, speaking truthful, and leading people to the water, leading the horse to the water. I wonder if they're gonna try to shoot me too, you know? I mean, pew pew me too, you know? Anyway, hit that like or love button for me if you're enjoying the video. I'm about to get off of here. I'm gonna try to get to as many comments as I can. I got to get back to football. It's football Sunday, and I'm a football fanatic. Let me read that again because I like that. Truth Seeker 205 says, when they can't defeat the truth, they strike down the one who speaks it. That's not strength. That's fear. Don't fear me. Don't fear me. I'm just on here. I like to talk. I like to run my mouth. Don't fear me at all, please. Bradley Church, amen. Amen to you. Amen to you, Bradley Church. Tracy Kramer, D. There's nothing more than a troll. D. There's nothing more than a troll. Latoya Jackson, shut up. Never. Y'all know who Bubba Dub is? Bubba Dub says it all the time. He says, you want me to shut up? Never. Never. Y'all go follow Bubba Dub, man. That's my boy. That's my boy, man. Bubba Dub, shut up. Never, Latoya. Toki Toss. Hey, Toki Toss. Bradley Church. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. You got to put hashtag R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Bradley Church. Thank you, though. Thank you for participating. Y'all hit that like or love button. Send me some love, some likes. Send me some hatred across the screens. Just hit it. Just hit it. Just hit that hate button if you hate me, Latoya. I don't give a damn. I don't care if you hate me or not. But if you love me for saying what I'm saying about Charlie Kirk, he had no business passing away. As I close, let me get to these last comments, and I got to get back to football. Bradley Church, amen. Bradley Church, MAGA, salute with the flag. Toki Toss, the truth is I need to wipe better. The truth is I need to wipe better. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Greg D, don't put him on a pedestal. Point is, he was a valid life. He was a valid life taken for his words. Free speech isn't truth. He exercised free speech. Man, your punctuation and your word development, your sentence development sucks. Don't put him on a pedestal. Don't put him on a pedestal. Point is, he was a valid life taken for his words. Point is, he was a valid life taken for his words. Free speech isn't truth. Okay, got you. Okay, got you. Free speech is not truth. Got you. But free speech shouldn't take your life unless you threaten someone's life. You feel me? You feel me, Greg D? I feel you on that, man. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. I'm not saying everything he said was true, Greg D. I don't believe that. I don't believe everything he said was true, but I did agree with a lot of it. My only point is, it's just because you exercise your right to have free speech doesn't mean you deserve to have your life taken. That's all I'm trying to say. Unless you are threatening someone else's life. If you're threatening someone else's life, you get what you give. If you lose your life, you lose your life. You just threatened somebody's. You just told some bitch. You just told us on my gun. I'm on KILL you, and you're walking towards them aggressively, and they take you out first. You deserve that. But someone sitting up there talking about his opinions, his thoughts, his perspectives on hot topics, no, he didn't deserve to pass away. Not at all. For the love of money, repent. Whatever you're talking about, Chris Sims, I think you're just a troll talking noise. Ryan H. Ryan H. says the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. You're a fool. No, I'm not a fool. Y'all keep hitting hot points. I really want to get inside and watch football. Ryan H., all I'm saying is the man had a valid point. The Civil Rights Act, before the Civil Rights Act, here we are as black people fighting just to live. We're fighting just to have a business that takes care of our families. We're fighting just to have a church and a schoolhouse for our children to go to without our lives being threatened. So we're struggling, we're striving, we're grinding, we're getting there. And here comes the Civil Rights Act. And we stopped grinding. We stopped. All he's saying is MLK was great. And I'm not going to touch on MLK. That's one thing. Somebody asked me, what do I disagree with? That's one thing I disagree with him on. MLK was a terrible person. I never heard that before. Ever. So that's one thing I disagreed with him on. totally and completely. I never heard anything bad about that man. Nothing. And if I did, he still tried to better America. So I can't hold anything against him until I hear it and believe it. But anyway, since the civil rights, no, I'm not going to say that. Since MLK was taken away from this earth, what strides have we made? What strides have we made ever since he got those bills passed? We haven't made any strides. Why? Because the will to fight for what we wanted, needed, and desired was taken away by the Civil Rights Act, is all Charlie Kirk was trying to say. I'm not a fool. You are. You're the fool, Ryan H. I could go on about that, but I'm trying to get in the house. People are getting fired for speech. They're supposed to. Anytime you hate your fellow man, you should get fired and ostracized from society. Anytime you hate your fellow man and don't have love, respect, and compassion in your heart for your fellow man, whether he's white, black, or Hispanic, or Asian, or Native American, you deserve to lose your job for freedom of speech because you didn't have love, respect, or compassion for your fellow man. D. Holguin, Troy Spencer, say hi. Troy Spencer, hey, Troy Spencer, Mr. Good Citizen. Ryan, it actually was a mistake. The progress of black Americans was stayed by it. I just said that, didn't I, before I read it? Thank you, Mr. Good Citizen. The biggest progress black Americans seen was from World War II up to the mid-60s. Thank you so much, Mr. Good Citizen. Salute to Mr. Good Citizen for backing me up on that. Greg D, dog is cute. Cute as fuck, too. Thank you, Greg D. Thank you, man. Thank you. You ought to see her with a dress and shit on. She had a necklace on today, her little rhinestone necklace, but her mama done bought her all kinds of dresses and shit. I would show you again, but I put her in the house. Here's my pit bull. Clyde. What's up, man? What's up, man? You say put some food in that bowl, huh, man? You hungry, man? All right, man. It's not dinner time yet, man. Dinner time is 8 o'clock. Nope. Dinner time is 8 o'clock. When I eat, you eat. Thank you though, Greg D. Thank you, man. That's our outside dog for somebody hopping these fences, and we got an inside dog. Why do people talk Trump when he sucks? Because John Toomey, people talk Trump when he sucks because no president. I don't care who you name. It might be an exception because there's an exception to every rule, but no president is better than the other. If one president comes and gives you something on this side of the spectrum, guess what? It's give and take system. So because they come and they give you stuff on this side, they're taking from you on the other side. It's win-lose. It's not win-win ever. I don't care what president you choose from. So Barack Obama was no better than Trump. Biden was no better than Trump. Trump is no better than Biden. Trump is no better than Barack Obama, the Clintons, Bill Clinton, or the George Bush and his family. Ronald Reagan. You can go as far back as you want to. That's why people talk about Trump. I mean, because we're supposed to respect our president and we're supposed to honor our president. That's how I was taught. Maybe I'm too old, but when I was growing up, they taught us to respect our president, respect the commander in chief, whatever he is, black, white, Republican, Democrat. They told me it doesn't matter. You respect your president. Jesus created Charlie Kirk for himself and for his glory. Once Charlie fulfilled his purpose, he took him home. Not everyone is given the honor of dying for Christ. It is a great reward, is what Blessed said. Salute to you, Blessed, and many prayers to you, Blessed. I'll have to read that again. Jesus created Charlie Kirk for himself and for his glory. Once Charlie fulfilled his purpose, he took him home. Not everyone is given the honor of dying for Christ. It is a great reward. Thank you, Blessed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hit that like or love button or that mad button if you want to. I see a pick me. Ryan, you see whatever the F you want, partner. You see whatever the fuck you want, partner. You see whatever the fuck, you see what, man, I wish I didn't have to censor myself on this goddamn, I wish I didn't have to censor myself on this thing. But Ryan H., I have an idea what a pick me is, but you got me bent. You got me messed up. I'm a real man. And to you new generation people, y'all don't know what real is if it bits you in your DICK. You wouldn't know what real is if it bit you in your PUSSY. So miss me with that. I don't pick me. I don't give a damn if you pick me or not, partner. You ain't never got to like me. You ain't never got to like me. You ain't even got to respect me. F you. F you. I don't know if I can do this or not. I don't know if I can do this or not. I'm trying not to curse that much. But you see that? You ain't never got to like me, partner. Never. Pick me. No, don't pick me. You don't like me, don't pick me. I damn sure ain't picking you talking all this SHIT on my feed. Mr. Good Citizen. I'm a conservative. I hate government, period. Mr. Good Citizen, I stay out of the way. I stay out of the way. I told somebody earlier, I don't vote Democrat. I don't vote Republican. I don't I don't claim being liberal. I don't claim being conservative. I don't claim any of that. I just believe in being a great American because I believe that government, both sides of it, the Democratic side and the Republican side, are all in bed together. So vote for what? You feel me, Mr. Good Citizen? John Toomey, amen. Greg D, Mr. GC, me too. Mr. Good Citizen, me too. John Toomey, amen to you, sir. Amen. John Toomey, orange. I forgot orange, didn't I, John Toomey? Will Dixon, oh, look, Mr. Pick Me. Whatever y'all say. Whatever y'all say. Yeah. Don't pick me. Don't pick me. Don't ever pick me. Because I won't ever pick you. It's always a hater in the group. Hate on, man. I don't give a MF. I don't give a MFF. A mother. I don't give a mother F. Man, I hate they got us talking like little baby boys on this thing. Man, I want to cuss y'all out so bad. I'm even extremely critical of police. Mr. Good Citizen, me too. I grew up in the hood, man. I grew up in the hood, and I'm extremely critical of police. I grew up in the hood, and I've seen both sides. I've seen good cops, I've seen bad laws, and I've seen good laws. I've seen laws pull up on me. I'm in a stolen car. Not now, y'all. Before y'all attack me, I'm not this way anymore. But when I was a kid, from 15 to approximately 22, I was a bad kid, stealing cars, robbing people. Yeah, I was bad. So I've had people pull me over. I've had police pull me over in a stolen car, stolen guns in the trunk. Uh, I'm not sure what I can say on here, but stuff that people put in their noses and inject into their arms, filled up in suitcases in the trunk. And now I'm not saying they were good in every way, but they let me go because the other side of them was bad. They had they had the devil sitting on their shoulder, on one shoulder, and they had the angel sitting on the other shoulder. So the good side was saying, let this kid go. The other side was, I'm going to take these drugs, these bad chemicals. Trying to censor myself again. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to take these bad chemicals and I'm going to resell them and make me some money for my family. But they let me go. Now, were they good cops because of that? No. I've also had cops say, okay, look, you're in the stolen vehicle, son. You have a stolen gun in the car. If you want to claim this pistol, I'm going to arrest you. If you would like to just walk away from here, let me tow the car and let me confiscate the weapon, you're free to go, sir. And I've seen some guys say, man, that's my pistol, I'm staying, and they go to jail. So to me, that is a good officer. He's willing to work with you. I've had officers pull me over, and I've had a beer sitting in the damn cup holder. It was empty. One beer. And he was like, sir, how many beers have you had? I've had one. That's it right there. The can is still cold, sir. That's the only one I've had, sir. And you know they let me go? Because I was honest. I mean, hey, man. But you have some other officers that be like, okay, one's enough. Get out and I'm going to handcuff you. Let's go to jail. That's never happened to me, fortunately. Anyway, to good Mr. Good Citizen, I've seen bad, I've seen good. Fortunately, I've never been beaten up. I believe in compliance. I believe if you comply, the chances of you getting assaulted by the police goes down a lot. So that's my stance on that. We'll talk about that some other time. D. Hogan, right wing people disrespected Biden. People disrespect the president every time one is elected. They disrespect the president. I'm not one of those people. I respect my president no matter if he's white, black, Democrat, or Republican. Greg D, correct is correct. Grace and love is better than hate and division. All I'm saying, correct is correct. Grace and love is better. He tried to represent himself with grace and love, Greg D. He had a different opinion than y'all, and he did not deserve to pass away. Y'all put hashtag I am Charlie Kirk in the comments if you agree with me. If you don't, I respect that. I don't want you to pass away because we're having discourse right now. You see what I'm saying, Greg D? I don't want you to pass away because we're having discourse. I'm only talking down on people who rejoiced in their fellow Americans' death. To them, I wish them all the bad that comes from the world. I wish that upon them. I hope they lose their jobs. I hope they can't get another job. I hope they're blacklisted and can't ever work again in America and they have to leave America. That's what I believe. On that note, uh, let me say this. Charlie was lying about DEI. Okay, super Diddy, whatever that means. I'm not trying to be no motherfucking Diddy, bro. Speaking facts right now. Thank you, Ryan Hellywell. Thank you. Um, Here's what I'm trying to get past. Y'all tell me if y'all agree or not in the comments after I get off of here. It's been an hour and a half. I said I was only going to do an hour. Y'all tell me if I'm speaking about something that's feasible. This is my idea. This is how you end racism. You end racism by getting any man or woman who has no love, no respect, no compassion for his fellow man. You charge them with a hate crime. Once you charge them with a hate crime, you sentence them to exile to an island, a deserted island in the middle of the Atlantic or the Pacific Ocean, so that us reasonable and rationally minded people can live here in our country in peace and in love. I know I kind of screwed that up. I usually have it memorized, but I was distracted by my dog in the comments. Y'all tell me what you think about my thoughts in the comments after I get off here. I probably won't have time to get to everybody's comments. I really want to go watch football. Ryan, bro, is speaking facts. Thank you, Brian Hillywell, Greg D. That's a wild fucking take on slavery, dude. Wild. Well, it's the truth, Greg D. It's the truth, baby boy. We didn't want to be slaves. No, we didn't. But what happened to the fight to be free and the fight to be in a better situation after slavery? Yeah, I mean, they burned down our churches, they burned down our homes, they burned down our churches and our businesses. Yes, that would take the nuts away from a lot of people. That would take that would take the will away from a lot of people. Yes, it would. Along comes the civil rights movement, and it weakens us. It weakens us because we had revolts. We were revolting against our oppressors at some point. I don't know all the history, but I do know we had some revolts because we were tired of being enslaved. What happened? What happened? There are no more revolts. And I'm not, please, don't anybody on here get on here and say he wants us to revolt. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm against revolution. I'm against it. I have white uncles. I have white aunts. I have mixed cousins. And I don't want a revolution. I date outside of my race. I have lots of friends outside of my race. I don't want a revolution. Ever. So don't say I said no shit like that, but I think it weakened us. I disagree with that statement, Zamnam. I'm not sure what you disagree with, but please comment. I will look back at the comments soon. What you agree with, Mr. Good Citizen? I'm a conservative. I don't consider Kirk is one. He's a Republican. R.I.P. Kirk, though. Understood, Mr. Good Citizen. Respect. Respect, Mr. Good Citizen. Chris Sims, I disagree. I'm not sure what you disagree with. Sicko Savage 8692. Unc, why are you wearing two sets of glasses? I've already answered this, y'all. I was a bad kid. Got shot in the head, got shot in the face with a shotgun when I was a kid. I was about 19, and I wear the shades because it ruined my eyesight. I got prosthetic lens. I got transition lenses. I lost them, and while I was trying to get my transition lenses reordered, I had a business, and people were coming in calling me OG Two Shades instead of Two Chains, and I just started wearing them like this. I can't go anywhere right now in my line of business, in radio, in entertainment, in media. I can't go anywhere without these two pair of glasses on. So that's why I wear the two pair of glasses. The long story short, there's more to it, but hey. Sicko Savage 8692 says hi. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I don't think of insulting people. This Diddy, no. Ain't nothing Diddy about me, man. Not a motherfucking thing. Six Eyes speaking facts. Talk your shit, man. I'm good with it. I'm here for the smoke. I'm here for the smoke. You talk all the noise you want on my page. I'm not gonna block you or nothing. Clean Burst Power Wash. Shave that crap off. No, I'm gonna get it trimmed up. Clean Burst Power Wash. Said shave that crap off. No, I usually trim up right here. Have a straight line. And I usually shave all this off. Straight line other side. And I usually, trim my head all the way bald. It's got some stubble on it right now. But I ain't gonna shave shit off. Nothing. Ian Schrock, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Everybody that's with Charlie Kirk, put hashtag R.I.P. Charlie Kirk in the comments. Nah, beard is tough as fuck. Gray is earned. Thank you, Greg D. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Y'all like and share the video all over the world. I want everybody to hear my message. What is my message? Before I get off of here, my message is simply this. Love your fellow man. Love your fellow man, whether they're white, whether they're black, whether they're Asian, whether they're Hispanic, whether they're Native Americans. Love your fellow man. Have respect for them. Have compassion for them. And this world will be great. This country will be great for the first time ever for everybody. Secondly, my point of this video today is about Charlie Kirk and the people who rejoiced in him losing his life. You need to be ostracized from every community in America. You shouldn't be able to get a job anywhere. I believe you got what you deserved. Since you can rejoice over your fellow man's life being taken from him, we're going to rejoice in the end of your working abilities in America. We don't want you to work here anymore. We don't want your services. Just like your job fired you, we want to fire you and ostracize you from the community. That's what we want to do. And thirdly, why was the third reason I made this video? Third, Charlie Kirk. If you believe that Charlie Kirk was wrong, you need to go and you need to listen to the videos and interviews and his perspectives in their totality, in their complete shape or form. Stop listening to the snippets. Stop listening to the 20-second snippets. They are very misleading. I was one of the people, while y'all are calling me these BS names on here, I was one of the people who was looking at these 20-second snippets and going, man, who the F is this sorry white mother? Yeah, I was one of those at first, until one of my good friends that I graduated high school with, I graduated from a predominantly white high school. He got my inbox and he said, Malcolm, I see your posts. I see you getting mad and I know how you are. You want the truth. Here's the truth. He gave me an unedited video from YouTube and another unedited video from Instagram. He said, I want you to listen. I listened intently. He said, I want you to listen to the snippets And then I want you to listen to the whole interview of what he said. Charlie had the same suit on and everything. I think he had a suit or a t-shirt, whatever he had on. And he said, this is the snippet that everybody's mishandling, misinforming people with. And this is the entire video. I watched the entire video, the entire interview. And that is why I sit before you today. And I say, if you disliked him for some of the BS 20-second snippets that you saw, you need to go and watch the entire interviews. Did I agree with everything he said? No, I didn't. But I agreed with a lot of it. And I'm sorry that some of you don't understand that. But we don't, there's no way we're going to agree on 100% of everything. My perspective is different than yours. Your perspective is different than mine. Um, I see things from both sides of the tracks. So I'm able to see some of the things that he's saying, how certain things that we thought were helping us were actually weakening us as black people. I can see these things. Now, I can also see why some blacks can't see what I see, because guess what? Some of us have never been on the other side of the tracks. What do I mean by other side of the tracks? I mean some of us have never been in boardroom meetings. We've never been in we've never lived in neighborhoods with $300,000 or $500,000 homes. I haven't lived in neighborhoods with $1 million homes yet, have I? No, no. I haven't lived in a neighborhood with $1 million homes yet. Even though I think one of these houses down the street, they got about, it looks like 5, 10 acres and long driveway. It has to be $1 million. But anyway, it's down the street in the country. Um, I'm talking about neighborhoods. I've lived in neighborhoods where there were $400,000 to $600,000 homes in them. Some people have never lived in those environments, so it's hard for you to see some of the things that I see. I can see things from both sides. I can see where some of the systems that were put in place to help us actually hindered us. I can see it. I'm sorry you can't. I got to get to my football now. I'm sorry I missed some of y'all's comments, but I'm very particular about not paying attention to the comments. At some point, either today is Sunday, at some point, either late tonight, when wifey goes to bed, or when I get up in the morning early before I get out of here and go to work, I will get to the comments and I will answer you. Let me know your thoughts on anything I said today. That's all I got. Y'all have a great one, and go Texans. I got to take this off. I just so happen to wear this hat today, but go Texans. Go Texans. I'm not sure the score. I don't even know who we played today, but go Texans. Super Bowl bound, baby. Peace. Y'all have a good night.